I'm here with Shirley Hung from our VP of Research here in Dallas, and we're going to talk to you a little bit about a preview of an upcoming webinar we have around pricing in outsourcing.
Yes, so the study is really quite interesting. It looks at the trends from input-based pricing to output and outcome-based pricing.
Yeah, and I think that's, I've looked at been in the outsourcing industry for many decades, and I've always looked at, I've heard the sales pitch, which will talk about how they're going to change the world and bring all this innovation. And then when I see an invoice that says, hey, here's your bill, and it says FTEs, you have 150 FTEs, and I always wonder, have we lost kind of the cause and effect or the value proposition there?
That's right. Certainly the way that you structure a contract is really sets out those terms of what you can expect the service provider to be focused on, and ideally you're expecting them to focus on delivering value to you through the outcomes that they generate.
So did this study find intent to change?
Absolutely. There's definitely a trend of companies that are moving from input to either output or outcome-based pricing. We saw a significant movement in that area.
So what's causing this change?
Well, certain companies more and more, they are looking to outcome and output-based pricing to drive down costs and to improve their customer satisfaction levels.
Yeah, and I think that automation there is really part of one of the key drivers there, because it's, a lot of times we did a lot of offshore to India, and that was a labor arbitrage play. But as you move into automation and you start using automated techniques and robots and things like that, it doesn't lend itself to counting things in human equivalents anymore.
Absolutely. So in the same way that automation is impacting everything, it has to also impact the way that you are pricing your contracts with your service providers.
And so one of the things we did is not only ask questions about intent to change and what changes were being made, we also look at some of those practices that made the change work well.
That's right. So one of those practices that was quite interesting is the companies that actually received the highest impact from output and outcome-based pricing. They are more likely on a 2-to-1 basis to have that pricing change be initiated by service delivery management people rather than procurement or their own service providers.
Yeah, so please join our webinar, click the link below, and we will show you the full results.